you very much. That didn't last long, but anyway, that's fine. Good. Yes, I know. It's an old bloke in a suit. Thank fuck for that, Neil. It's great. I know. You can just see the disappointment on your face all night, and then finally it's an old white bloke in a suit. Thank fuck. Good. Sorry. I agree. Sorry, that was an odd way to begin, wasn't it? Because I haven't established my liberal credentials. And I do look like one of those blokes who stands outside hotels bellowing and waving flags, don't I? I know that. But I'm not. So fuck you. That's just crass. Greetings to you all, ageing hipsters and metropolitan liberals of East Sussex, as you clearly are. It's very nice to be here. What a town Brighton is. I'd forgotten how fucking groovy Brighton is. It's spiritual home of the 45-year-old skateboarder, isn't it? It's an extraordinary place. Whole place stinks of skunk. There's a little pile of vomit frozen in the lanes around the corner. Probably been there for 48 hours, I suppose, and I genuinely didn't know whether it was street art or not. It's lovely to be here in Brighton. Rarely, if ever, have I felt so preposterously overdressed at a gig as I do. I'm so sorry. In other circumstances, this would look quite neutral, but here it looks like I've been sent by government to close you down. I'm sorry if that's inappropriate. But Neil knows it's very hard, isn't it, to dress smart casual when you're older. That's the truth of the matter, without looking, with all due respect, borderline homeless. That's what happens, isn't it? You attempt a cardigan, and so this is just a uniform. Please allow me to explain. Seems a little intimidating for the youngsters. It's just a charity shop suit, I should explain. That's why it visibly doesn't fit, actually. It's just a charity shop suit. It was 30 quid in a hospice shop at the end of lockdown, which is never because the charity shops had a lot of very good stock at the end of lockdown. I don't know whether you noticed that. I don't know where they got it all from. Obviously, I didn't inquire, but it would have been disrespectful not to take advantage. So there you go. That was more controversial than I'd anticipated. You weren't at risk. Neil made it through, didn't you? You were laughing. We made it through, didn't we? I think we can smile about it now. Fucking hell. So someone died in this, but not me. Just so we're all up to speed on that. Whole section over there. Just looking a little bit puzzled and horror over there for some fucking reason. Don't really know why. Grow up. It's very, very nice to be here. And especially with the Family Fortunes theme evening, as it clearly is, with the weird families who haven't seen enough of each other over Christmas, for fuck's sake. So well done for holding it together. And also, obviously, the fucking audition for the in-law. That's terrifying. Good luck. So, very, very nice. It's just nice to be out, isn't it? After eating cheese for fucking 2 weeks in the same pair of pants. I've been blinking like a pit pony for the last day. I'm not quite sure how to begin. I'm not having a pop at you being old, by the way. I'm probably older than you. I'm 60. I don't know. You are quite middle-aged. I quite like that. Middle-aged optimistic, isn't it? For you, Neil. What? It is. It's just statistically true. I mean, obviously we've got the younger people. I'm 60, by the way. I doubt whether you're older than. How old are you, Neil? 60. What? Fucking yes. There you go. Still got your hair, you fucker. Well done for that. That predominantly goes. I'll explain to the young, fabulous heads of hair as you have. There you go. It goes, doesn't it? You just have to accept that. And it's actually an indication of high testosterone. So there you go. It's a bittersweet thing, isn't it? Really, it's quite virile, but no one wants to fuck us. That's just. Them's the breaks. I'm 60, and clearly I feel mixed about that, don't I? My skin is now so loose that modern hand dryers threaten to strip it from the bone completely. When I visit the gents now, sometimes I stand there for a minute and a half just watching it ripple like a flag in a stiff breeze. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you don't see more piles of pensioner pelts underneath an average Dyson Airblade, just left as a tribute to a puzzled generation. I'm now so old that the NHS has started contacting me. I didn't know that happened. I suppose that's quite good, isn't it? That's quite a nice thing, really, isn't it? Those of you of working age, famously, you can't get an appointment, but some of us know they won't fucking leave us alone now, will they? Hey, you reach 60, they're like vultures hovering. I get 2 texts every week now inviting me for another inoculation or vaccination or a screening. It's like a spurned lover that won't let go. Before Christmas, I've done this before, I got a letter with a box attached, which is, I know, you know, it's bleak, isn't it? There's no way dressing this up. I got a letter with a box, you know this, Neil. I got a letter with a box attached inviting me to participate in a bowel cancer screening programme. That's grim, isn't it? What is it with this government? First they say, don't send us shit through the post, and now, all over the idea, apparently. Sending us bottles, for fuck's sake, which are never big enough, are they, by the way? That's just sloppy admin. What? I had to pay extra and send a fridge box. You don't know what to do. These are jokes. You're looking horrified. Fuck's sake. Sorry, I don't get upset, by the way. Clearly we've crossed a line there, haven't we, with the turd in the Tupperware reference. But please don't get upset. It's not my intention to offend. Very easy to offend nowadays. You know this, Neil. You're an old bloke, isn't it? I'm quite glad you're more mature, because you quite like being offended, don't you? This is the truth of the matter. You fucking love it, don't you? You do, you dirty little bitches. I don't know why, but they do. They quite like getting upset. Very easy to upset people nowadays, and you never intentionally upset anyone. But invariably, sometimes I play whole rooms full of the Gen Zs, and that's clearly an inappropriate booking, isn't it? Look at me, for fuck's sake. And you can see the horror on their faces, and I turn up borderline boomer and increasingly gammon, and they just wait. They just wait for me to open my mouth, and at some point, invariably, I'll trigger one of them with my toxic masculinity. Don't really know what that means. Or I'll upset one of them with one of my microaggressions. Once again, don't really know what that means. Rah. No, and they sit there. They sit there tutting with their lustrous complexions and their moral certainties. And of course, nowadays as well, your fluid, non-binary sexualities. It's a puzzling world to be an old man in, isn't it, Neil? You just don't know who to be creepy around anymore, do you? It's a weird, fucked up lottery now, isn't it? Don't think we realised how simple the world was when we were young. 2 flavours when we were young, and you made the best of what you had. That was how things were. Lesbians used to look like this for an entire decade, if you can believe that. At the end of the 20th century, this was the uniform of lesbiana, right? You turn on the telly and there's a lesbian on. And it was rare. In fact, it was top of the pops. That was all. But you turned on, and this was absolutely, and it was never a great look, but you knew where you stood. And now you see, bafflingly to men of a certain generation, it's a prerogative of an entire cohort. You can be anything. You can select your own cultural identity, certainly your own sexuality. That was ticked off long ago. And now, of course, increasingly, even your gender, practically on a whim. And old men feel puzzled by this. We feel a bit left behind and redundant and caught out by the fast-moving sands of cultural morality. And sometimes we get cross. We shouldn't get cross, Neil, but we get cross because, frankly, we're slightly jealous. That's the truth of the matter, aren't we? Isn't it? We're slightly jealous of the possibilities that clearly passed us by. And you just have to accept, tragically, and I can see the pain in your eyes, Neil, but you just have to accept, at our time of life, Neil, you've just got to accept that our latent homosexual tendencies will go to the grave with us, Neil. That's the point I'm making there. It's a generational thing. We push them down. We repress them. Sometimes it gives us ulcers and cancer, but on the whole, that's the choice we've made. You don't want to discover at our time of life you've been living a lie. You see what I'm saying there? There'll be awkward conversations to be had. Apart from anything else, just practically given the state. Are we flirting? I don't even know. certainly out of my comfort zone. I'm going to look this way now. Oh, God, it's him. I don't know. Apart from anything else, just practically, I don't think it'd be fair or reasonable to ask anyone to start fiddling around with my bumhole. That's the point I'm making. So. This is a strangely divided room, I have to say. I haven't worked out where the sensibilities lie. I do apologise. It's not my intention to... Yeah, I have basically lost my social antennae. I'm very, very easy now to upset. I apologise. You don't think it's going to turn out like this. I'm addressing this to the young in the room. You don't think it's going to turn... It just fucking does, doesn't it? It's just tragic. It's just... You don't think... When you're young, you've got hopes and dreams and expectations of greatness, and you think you'll walk with giants and etch your name into the edifice of time. And tragically, the decades fly past, don't they? And you just end up in your own back garden bellowing at cats with your flies undone. You don't think that will happen. It just does. It's just the roller coaster just batters it out of it, doesn't it? All the men are just so much scar tissue, tragically, and it's just the experience, the failed relationships and the divorces and the kids and the mortgages and it's just one day you wake up and it hurts to put your socks on and someone's let all the air out your face and you've got to continue. It's just how things. And by the way, it's a shit time to be young. Can I apologise for those of you who are under 25 on behalf of our generation as well? Can I just? It's dreadful. We've spunked away your future, and don't understand why. We fucked up quite badly, and you'll never have a house or a pension. And we've eaten all the fish as well. What are we like? I'm sorry, I do. I should take that more seriously, shouldn't I? But you know, won't bother us. By the time the shit hits the fan, we'll be dead. That's the point I'm making. Good luck, kids. Sorry, I'm being quite condescending as well. Can I apologise for being quite condescending? How many people here under 25? I've got such a lot of advice for the young. I really, all old men, we've got a lot of advice for the young, haven't we? I mean, I'm not sure how valid it is, but I've got lots of advice. You're probably looking at me thinking, oh, Roger Monkhouse, share your wisdom, please do. They should send me around schools with a fucking PowerPoint. I've got such a lot of advice for the young. I'd say, sex, right? Always have sex when there's an opportunity of having sex. This is really important, actually. Never walk away assuming there'll be loads more opportunities to have sex. That shit dries up sooner than you'll ever know. Always have sex when there's an opportunity of having sex. Even if you're really busy and they're obviously mental. Always have sex. Especially if they're obviously mental. They're the fun ones, actually. You're making memories. What else? Drugs. Always do drugs when there's an opportunity of doing drugs. Really important to do that. Even if you don't know what's in front of you, hoover it up. Really important to do that. Best fun you'll ever have. And you're young, you'll probably wake up. And if you don't, what a way to go out. Fucking brilliant. More fun. You can't do drugs when you're old. You can do drugs when you're old, but you just end up having to have a lie down. It's really lame, disappointing experience. Drugs are for the weekend when you're young, whereas for so many of the people here, tragically, they just keep us alive, don't they? From one grim week to the next. And it's perspective as well, in context, isn't it? You don't need acid when you've got hemorrhoids and bifocals, do you? You know what I mean? Hey? I've had hallucinatory experiences straining at stool, even in the last month. I've gone too far again, haven't I? It's really hard to work out what you people want, for fuck's sake. Just doing my best here. It's lovely to see functional relationships and family. Honestly, we all know that. It's hard to keep that going. And most of you have got kids. How many people have got kids? Yeah, okay, that is the most, and it's the best thing. This is more advice. Or have kids. They bring joy and glory and wonder into your life for approximately 10 years. Then they're cunts for 10 years, and then there's a reconciliation at the end. You've been wise. Boys are the easy ones, aren't they? I don't think that's controversial. Boys are like dogs, aren't they? They're quite expensive to feed, but fundamentally loyal. And as long as you train to the park once a day, tick box, piece of piss, job done. Girls, on the other hand, hormonally charged little demons who will lie to your face and steal from your wallet, given half a chance. Sugar and spice, my arse. My youngest is 17. Well, and I said it at the start, I'm 60, she's 17. Work that out. It was an error, but you deal with that. The worst days are behind us. 14 was peak teenager, but the eyebrows have grown back. She's less angry than she was. Predominantly now she just sits on the sofa combing her hair like something out The Shining, just to unsettle me from the corner of my eye. And occasionally she'll have friends round, which is quite traumatic. Because you think your kids are shit until you meet their friends. Then you realise you've dodged a fucking bullet. And they're all... We had the whole coven assembled in my front room a couple of weeks ago. This is well before Christmas, actually. Start of December, I think. And there was about 450 of them in my front room. And the whole house went cold. And they're all corn-fed nowadays as well. I'm sure you've noticed that. They're all 7 foot tall. They dwarf us for some reason. Some sort of growth hormone issue going on. I say that, there's always a couple of short, dumpy ones, reassuringly. So it was like having a mixed herd of judgmental gazelles and hippopotamuses in the front room, just sneering at me and waiting for me to die. And all horrendously made up as well. It's fucking like a demented clown convention, and all in fancy dress, because the kids love fancy dress as well. And this, once again, it's our fault as parents. A generation of parents, we've indulged our children to the extent Halloween is the gateway drug. That's just the start of it. Halloween is the gateway drug, and they obsess about the candy, and when they're young, you think it's cute, and it's not. Where I live, Halloween's become a night of licensed terrorism. They bang relentlessly on my door. I've become so misanthropic on Halloween. Here's a tip for some of you. This would work for you, Neil. I've started daubing pedo on my own front door now. Left-handed in white emulsion, just to deter some of the trick-or-treaters, which seems to work. And if they do still knock, at least you know they're up for it. That's what I say. Come on, clearly it's a joke. Don't need to explain that's a joke. Sort of split the room again, didn't it? I'm just getting... Getting a whiff of social worker off the MILFs over there. So wrong to judge. Doesn't really matter. Good. And by the way, 40 years, I mean, that's, wow. Not many people could beat you for that, and well done for that. I truly tribute. That's how many people are married? There's a whiff of couples about, and then you're patting him with consolation. Oh, yeah, well done. God knows it's not easy. Once again, advice to the young. The young often naively, romantically assume that marriage is a thing of joy that yields bliss on a daily basis. And the truth's more complex than that, isn't it? Marriage much more resembles a cage fight to the death, doesn't it? Between two people who happen to share a belief that divorce is for quitters. And you take joy from small victories, fat lip or a badly twisted testicle. And then after about 9 or 10 years, maybe, it's like living with eczema or psoriasis or something. You have good days and you have bad days. But it's very hard to imagine being without it. That's the point I'm making there. And if you make it to 10, you could sort of relax. Marriages mostly fail on 7 or 8 years. After 10, you typically do a stock take after 10, and you've watched your options diminish for a decade, and you sit down and you look across at the person who, by then, let's be frank, you no longer have any physical or emotional attraction for, but who in essence you're sharing a prison sentence with, And after 10 years, you just tend to think, I haven't got the fucking energy to start this nonsense with anyone else. Or indeed the admin skills. Don't underestimate the admin skills. So you hunker down, and this is the trick that life plays upon our generation. It won't affect the young, because you'll all die in some sort of environmental holocaust before it's relevant for you. But we go on forever, don't we? So sometimes you're there in your 90s, still waking up next to the same big-nosed snoring twat who's ruined the last 70 years of your life. Not even recognising the person you're having breakfast with. Just there thinking, oh, God, can't be long now, can it, surely? Next pandemic will sort this out, and maybe a bit of me time left at the end. This has been bleaker than I'd anticipated. I'm sorry. I feel like I've got something to get off my chest. So you're living the dream. The option's worse. I mean, it's easy to fuck up. I mean, the stats are there for everyone to be. I fucked up. I make no bones about it. My wife left me because I was too moody, which cheered me up, ironically. But too late now, and that's fine. I've got an Alexa and an allotment, and although the Alexa's got a bit passive-aggressive recently, but that's another thing entirely. But you're too old to look. That's what you dread. That's what you really fear. And you won't believe this when you're young. You've got hormones coursing through your veins. But the time comes, and I think some of us looking around, we've reached that stage, haven't we? Whether or not you're with a partner or not, the time comes when, how can I put this? You never entirely lose interest in sex, but what happens is you start to dread and resent the effort involved. the turning the heating on and the yada. It's an enormous faff, and because it's no longer a thing of beauty anymore in the way that it once was. You know what I mean? There isn't that cinematic pornographic frisson. You know. Don't look at me like that. You know, sometimes you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you gag, don't you? It's just oh fuck. Is that, you know, have you ever watched old people having sex? Of course not. No one wants to watch that sort of shit. It's not even a category on Pornhub, for fuck's sake. It's horrible. I look like a tortoise trapped on barbed wire when I get the chance. No one wants that lurking over them, do they? Heaving and wheezing, and that's going to give you nightmares. And it takes forever when you're old. Still works, but it takes forever. So you think that's going to be better? Fucking isn't. It's a living hell. Sometimes you're both there literally hours later, dry and cracked and sore. Desperately trying to imagine what the whole crime scene might have looked like 20 years ago for some sort of closure. Any questions at all? I feel... You don't think it's going to be like this? I dozed off halfway through a wank the other day. Is that even possible? Missed my stop and everything. I told you, these are jokes. I'll go now. I think it's just been nice. I do wish you a happy new year. What else? Oh, this is how you're supposed to finish now. I'll be right. Oh, wow. You've seen this already, haven't I feel like such a dinosaur sometimes, but I'm very, very aware of this. There's a wonderful new generation of... I've been doing this 375 years. But there's a wonderful generation of newer acts coming through. Often your age, but incredible, isn't it? They're quite posh sometimes as well. They're often called Jack or Finn or something like that. And they'll strut on with their hair gel and fancy loafers, and they'll thrust their hips at the front row in a frankly sexually provocative way, which angers me more and more as I lose my own mobility. I suppose that's the issue. But they're very talented, dedicated, technically brilliant, very brave as well, by the way, because most of them have got ADHD nowadays, but they never mention it, they just get on with things. It's an inspiration to my generation, it really is. That's right, there's jokes there if you look. But what they do, it's extraordinary. I suppose they're upending the whole business model. That's what's clever about it. And so they use live work as an opportunity to generate an online following, which they subsequently seek to monetize, thus future-proofing the industry. And it's amazingly clever and industrious and really boils my piss. So at some point they'll go, hey, people of Brighton, they'll go, hey, if you like what I do, you make sure you check me out on the social media and follow me on the Insta. Oh, no, it's just wank, isn't it? I'm not doing that. I'm an old man. I'm 60 for fuck's sake. If you like what I do, give us a bell on the landline. That's your best bet, I would have thought. 01225 612 086. That's 01225 612 086. And if I'm not in, you can just leave a message. Assuming the tape's not full. And I'm very happy to phone you back and fill you in on what's going down. The motherfuckers. That's arthritis for me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a treat to share your company. This is a wonderful club. Thanks for supporting live comedy so early in the new year. A very, very happy new year to you all. My name's Roger Monkhouse.
Roger Monkhouse. Amazing. Guys, that has been your night. Have we all had a good time? You've all been wonderful. I hope you had a good family outing. I hope your relationships go on. Neil, I'm now drunk, so I don't give a shit what you think about me anymore. I'm just kidding. Love you. If you did have a good time, honestly, I gig around the world. This is my favorite club to play in the world because the audiences are amazing. Everybody who works here is amazing. Can we have a massive round of applause for them as well? Keep supporting live comedy. They're here every Friday and Saturday night with different lineups, so keep coming back. I know, Roger just mentioned this. If you did like the acts, a really good way is to follow us on social media. Please. Robin H. Perkins. Robin with a Y. Ben. No. Also, if you like me, if any of you guys have kids, by the way, give me a cheer. Okay, I have a kids show in Brighton next Saturday. Not her. She's too old.